All right, let's talk about what I think may be the product of the year. That's going to be the First Partners Series 1 collection box. There's 3 of these coming out, but so far we only have the first one out. And I mean, this is probably one of the best products we're going to get. It's got Mega Base and Phantasmal Flames. Both are pretty solid sets. Phantasmal has the pretty much greatest Charizard artwork we've ever gotten. And then Mega Base is a pretty solid set. It's really deep, a lot of depth with the gold cards, Lucario, Gardevoir. You get the Venusaur Evolution line, and a lot of really good illustration rares. So now that leaves us with this little 3 card pack. This is where all of your real value comes from. You have Kanto starters, which is Gen 1, Sinnoh starters, which is Gen 4, and the Alolan starters, which is Gen 7. Now, obviously, Kanto, the OGs, that's your money. That's where most of the value comes from. Unless you pull a chase card out of the Phantasmal Flames or Mega Base packs, yeah, your value is going to come from that 3 card pack. Obviously, the chase is going to be the Kanto starters, Charizard, Squirtle, Bulbasaur, and I mean, it's just the OGs. Everybody loves the OGs. They have the most demand, most hype, and yeah, I mean, they're all of the starters are very good looking cards, but the Kanto starters bring nearly $100 of value. Yes, almost $100 in value, and you have a 33.3333 infinity 3 repeating chance of getting them. That's incredibly good odds. And mind you, this retails for $15. Now, secondhand market, which is probably where you're gonna have to buy it, is right around 55 bucks, I wanna say. You can find these on my website, maxpacks.com. So if you're looking for some, make sure you check that out. There's a link in the description of the video. But the PSA 10s of the Kanto starters is basically winning a small lottery ticket because you essentially risk 15 or $50 and you get them all the 10. You're looking at right about $1,000 in 3 cards that you have a really good chance of hitting. No brainer, right? So next we go on to Gen 4 and the Sinnoh starters. I thought they were more popular than this. Again, maybe I'm just biased. I like Gens 1 through 5 because that's what I grew up with, that's what I played the games with, that's the cards I collected. It just makes a lot of sense to me. And you know, they're also the oldest ones, so they're gonna have more time for people to interact, enjoy, see them in whatever Pokemon Go or whatever they choose to interact with the Pokemon hobby with. But they're not that expensive. The Sinnoh starters total right about $27 in total. I think it's kind of crazy the disrespect that the Sinnoh starters are getting because I would have expected them to total right around $50, not half of that at 27 bucks. So Gen 7 is even worse with a combined value of right about $18 to $20. This just furthers that finding the box at MSRP is a no-brainer to rip because you win all the way around. Even if you hit the worst pack and you get nothing out of Phantasmal or Mega Base, you get $18. So you're basically breaking even no matter what. That is good. I mean, who doesn't like to rip for free, right? And then best case scenario, you get the Kanto starters, they all gem, and you got $1,000 and what was it, $15 to rip the box. So you're so far green that it doesn't even matter. Can you really lose in this situation? I don't think so. Now, if you just pull the Alolan starters over and over and over and over again, yeah, you're probably gonna lose just because of selling fees and stuff like that. But you know, we're not going that deep into it. So next we have the Series 2, which hasn't released yet. It comes out June 19th, I think, or something around there, or June 7th, something along those lines. And this one might struggle a bit. You don't have Kanto starters, and the sets around it are kind of lackluster. You have 1 Perfect Body Odor pack and 1 Chaos Rising pack, which we've talked about this ad nauseum. Perfect Order, nobody cares about, nobody likes. It's a $5 pack at MSRP. Chaos Rising, you have Greninja, popular. The Greninja line may be popular. Froakie's kind of cool, but the rest of the set is pretty weak. I can't imagine loose packs of Chaos Rising going for, you know, $10, $12. Maybe they go for $6, $7, maybe $8 a pack, but even that's not really going to help out the the price of the box, really, because that's already baked in at MSRP. The Series 2 3-card pack is supposed to contain Gen 2, which is Johto, Gen 5, which is Unova. We've also seen a lot of that with Black Bolt and White Flare, and then Gen 8, which is Galar. And maybe I'm biased, again, I like Gen 2 and Gen 5. Gen 5 was the last one I played on the DS, Black and White and Black and White 2. But I think Gen 2 and Gen 5 starters are probably going to be around that $20 to $25 range each. And then Gen 8, probably going to be around 15 to 20, maybe a little less. It's a little rough to guesstimate that, but I'm guessing Gen 2 and Gen 5 based off of how the Sinnoh region is performing in the Series 1 box. So I'd guess it's probably pretty close. Maybe we push, you know, $20 to $30 for Gens 2 and 5. So I don't think Series 2 is going to live up to the hype that Series 1 is. I can see Series 2 selling for between $25 and maybe $35 per box. So still probably right around double MSRP, but at $30 a box, I also don't think you're going to see the same amount of returns and potential rip value out of that pack. So even if you rip it at, you know, $25 or $30, you might only pull $25 or $30. There's no home run like Series 1 has. So now we move on to Series 3, and this is going to contain the remaining starters, which is Gen 3, Hoenn, Gen 6, which is Kalos, and Gen 9, which is Paldea. Now, Gen 3, the Hoenn starters, I like them, again, biased. We don't know what sets or what packs from what sets are going to be releasing alongside of those 3 generations. Maybe it's Mega Darkrai set, Pitch Black, maybe it's the Rayquaza set, maybe it's the 30th anniversary, maybe we get 2 30th anniversary packs with that. We don't really know what's coming yet and what's going to be in that product, so maybe if it's the Mega Rayquaza or the 30th anniversary set, it really helps it out. Maybe those packs are stupid value secondhand and it just helps the price of the box, who knows. But I would imagine this series also struggles like Series 2 just because Gen 6 and Gen 9, 69, nice, probably aren't the most popular generations. Gen 3 is definitely going to be the more popular out of the 3, but I'm figuring it's going to be like Gen 2, 4, or 5, where it's probably going to be right around that $30 mark just because of nostalgia. And again, I'm biased. I like Hoenn, so that's, maybe I'm exaggerating prices, but I can see it being around $30 for the Hoenn generation or the Hoenn region. I like Quaxly and Fuecoco, but I don't think the Pokemon community likes them as much as I do. I have the starters from Paldea Evolved in PSA 10s, and I'm surprised how cheap they are considering how low pop the slabs are. Like Quaxly's like pop 209, and it's like a $140 card. I believe that's the lowest pop and the lowest gem rate out of all 3 starters, and it's the cheapest, I believe. Kind of crazy to think about, but maybe they'll get their day in the sun one of these days. Who knows? Maybe the kids that are growing up with it need to grow up in 10 years and those cards become super sought after. Who knows? But based off of that, I don't think Quaxly and Fuecoco are the most popular. Just the Pokemon community doesn't enjoy them as much as I do, I guess. Gen 6, I only like Froakie, and Froakie is part of the Greninja line. Having a Greninja set, maybe there's some hype in there. We're getting a Froakie in the Greninja set as well, so maybe that helps each other out. Who knows? Only time will tell. I think the Series 3 collection boxes are going to struggle a little bit as well. Like I said, unless it has the Rayquaza set or a 30th anniversary or some other banging set or banger set around it, I think it's just going to struggle. And I can see this being around that $25 price point, which is still a little bit above MSRP, but are the scalpers really going to go crazy over a $5 profit? Who knows? Maybe you can find these on the shelves. That would be kind of cool. And if you like Hoenn, that's right up your alley. Rip party, baby, let's go. Either way, whether these are $50 or $30 or $15, I think there's going to be a lot of collectors and promo collectors and people that just like collecting the starters like I do. And I think there's going to be a lot of demand for these. I think a lot of people are going to want these all 9 promos from each series, and maybe they want them all in PSA 10. So I think there's going to be a lot of people going after the promos themselves. Maybe not the boxes, but at least the promos. You also have whales like Dan from Catch 'em All Collectibles. Whether or not he considers him a whale is another story, but I'm going to call him a whale, who's literally buying Series 1 at 90%, and it's all because of this 3-card pack. I believe Dan has came out and said he's spending 50 grand on these boxes to just put away for later, whether that's 5 years, 2 years, whatever it is. Tell me if I'm wrong in the comments below, correct me please, but I believe that's what he said was 50 grand and he's paying 90% per box. That's insane, but when you're a whale, you can do stuff like that, and that's how much he believes in this product. So that makes me also think like, hey, this is a home run set. Like, maybe, well, it's not a set, it's a home run collection box, whatever you want to say, anniversary celebration box, whatever you want to call it. It's a home run. At least Series 1 is. To be determined for Series 2 and 3. I don't think they're going to be nearly as sought after or hyped up as Series 1 is. All right, guys, that's all I got for you. Like and subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts and comments on Series 1, 2, and 3. In the description of the video, there's very helpful links. You can join the Discord. I'm middlemaning sealed cases now. You can also shop the website, get yourself some Series 1 collection boxes. By the way, this one's going out if you just placed your order, what is it, the other day. This one is yours, so I got to package that as well. And that's all I got for you guys. I'll see you on the next video.